If you're just waking up, we are happy to report that the suspect in the Boston Marathon bombing is in custody this morning, and you saw Boston's reaction last night when they got the news that this 19-year-old suspect had been found.
Same kind of thing as we saw the night that Osama bin Laden was killed outside the White House and in Times Square.
Yeah, I mean, we see that last night, and we also understand, too, with the people of Boston, and it was your beat, you mentioned for years, went through over the last 5 days. Not only do you have 180 people that were hurt, 3 are dead, you have a police officer shot, another one clinging to life, and you wonder when this is going to end. Meanwhile, word goes out on a Friday, no buses, no subways, no trains, stay home. You're telling 1 million people, stay in your house, right. Don't answer the door when they knock, unless it's law enforcement.
Remarkable. A major metropolitan area and major U.S. city on lockdown. I mean, can you imagine? People described it as a ghost town, and the fear that people lived with because they didn't know. They knew the suspect was capable of anything, and they had no idea if he was in their shed or was going to knock on their door or was hiding in their boat.
Essentially, these people were held hostage for a good part of yesterday, certainly, and much of the week after the marathon. And when all of it ended with the announcement that the first suspect was dead and the second one was captured, Boston erupted. Take a listen.
I really can't put it into words for right now. I'm just overwhelmed, excited that we have him in custody and it's done with, and we can probably sleep at ease tonight, I would say. I mean, you have to thank these people. Thank you. You have to.
This is our neighborhood. This is our home. This is where we spend every single day of our lives, like 3 times walking down the street a day. So right now, feeling a sense of relief, and as that cop drove by and gave that fist pump, it was like, yeah, it was great.
Knowing that one of the men are dead and the other one is now in custody and he's still alive, so we still have a chance to hear what the reasoning behind it is. It brings a sigh of relief.
What I found most astounding is that how candid law enforcement was on their press conferences. You know how cagey they get? They don't want to say anything. They come out, listen, we're looking for this guy. We found this guy. We're frustrated here. We're going to need you. We're going to need your help. Take a look at this video. Look at this picture. This is where we think they are. They enlisted the public's help. And think about it. It was a call by the homeowner, the boat owner, that delivered all the police and ultimately delivered the suspect into the hospital,
right,
and ultimately in jail.
After they had combed the area, SWAT teams had gone door to door checking thousands of homes, and they couldn't find him. I guess hundreds of homes. And then, luckily, you know, the public does pitch in when this happens.
We are hearing more this morning from the father of suspect number 2.
Good morning. You're right. The father of the 2 suspected Boston Marathon bombers, Anzor Zarniaf, was in tears when he talked about his sons in the States.
Somebody clearly framed them. I don't know who exactly framed them, but they did. They framed them, and then they were so cowardly that they shot the boy dead.
But the father had a different tone in other interviews. He told ABC earlier in the day, quote, "Give up. You have a bright future ahead of you. Come home to Russia." And then after finding his son was taken alive, he advised him from across the globe to, quote, "Tell police everything, everything. Just be honest." The father also says his sons are, quote, "very nice kids who have no experience with weapons and explosives," even describing his once fugitive son as a smart and accomplished angel. Meanwhile, in the days after the bombing, witnesses say the young suspect, Anzor Zarniaf, was seen acting normal despite his alleged actions. He was partying with co-eds and returning to social media, where he tweeted, "Ain't no love in the heart of the city, stay safe, people," which for non-rappers like myself is a reference to Jay-Z. According to UMass officials, the 19-year-old was on campus Wednesday. Judging by his card swipes, he made a visit to the gym last week at the University of Massachusetts in Dartmouth, where he was enrolled as a student. John, Allison, Brian, back to you.
Elizabeth, thank you.
It's astounding.
Eerie.